to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Cambo Campbell.
Nelson, I have just realised, as this intro is playing, that there was all these settings on our desk that we never use, that for some reason I had all higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah.
I just love a neat desk.
Yeah.
And I had to fix it up.
Okay.
Do you think the listeners will notice?
Yes, but I think through your confidence.
Yeah,
great. Of just because you've been a mess, really.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Every time you're like, Michael Cambo, I'm like, what? Sorry, I was just looking at these dials.
We had a dial that was up, but we don't even use that channel.
We haven't had a Bluetooth segment in ages.
Yeah. I'm glad. I was considering just starting to advertise your role on this podcast.
And I do also think it's a case of we have equipment that is too good for our show.
Yeah.
I think the equipment that we use is for a far better podcast generally. And for some reason, we were like, we'll just buy it anyway.
We'll get it. Whatever. The money's about to start rolling in.
Here's the thing is, they can't stop us.
Suckers. Okay, Campbell, let's get into it. All right?
I'm fine with that.
All right. This first Reddit on Reddit is by Bertram Potts, and it was in the subreddit Politics.
Oh, good.
I thought I'd start the show off with some politics, Campbell, because the next segment, religion.
Right. And then we'll claim there's only two genders, no matter what, just to really drive the controversial points home.
Yeah, that's right. And then that's it. That's the peak. Can't do any worse than that. Okay, this is by Bertram Potts. Kanye West announces he is running for president in the 2020 election.
So I read this the other day as well, as I'm sure most of the internet did.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're telling anyone they've heard.
Yeah. Everybody knows right now.
It's so late.
I know.
It's so late to be doing this.
Yeah.
So many people have dropped out already because they've campaigned for so long and it's whittled its way down to...
You start looking at statistics and stuff and you're like, oh, I'm not going to make this. So I'll hand
like
it over.
all of these supporters have now gone to this person or that person, or et cetera, et cetera. Down to essentially, I don't know if it's... I mean, obviously we're in a different country, so I don't know whether there's been an official nomination. I don't think so, but more or less there is.
I think it's between a douchebag and a turd sandwich.
But I appreciate the gusto to just be like, nah, fuck it, I'm in.
Yeah.
It's because I can imagine like all of the debates and all the things, and I can imagine Kanye at home going, we'll just hold.
Yeah.
We'll just hold for now.
Wait for it. You know what, though? Here's the thing. No one's probably ever done this. Okay? It's one of those things where it's like, everybody does it one way, but what if I just quickly put in a candidacy right at the end?
Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, that's so bold.
Yeah.
Like, he has so much confidence. I better vote for him.
The thing is, he signed off his announcement with like a hashtag. It was like, I forgot what it was. It was like Forward 2020. It was something like that, something generic.
Yeah.
But as if he didn't sign it off with Yes We Kanye.
Come on. It's right there.
It's right there.
Yeah, I think he probably, surprisingly, he didn't have much PR support.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that definitely would have been his campaign slogan.
Yeah.
I've already heard some theories, some conspiracy theories, perhaps you might call them.
Great.
One was, actually it's the only one I've heard really, is that he is running just to support Trump so that he can split the black vote. Because obviously traditionally Trump isn't getting the black vote.
Yeah.
He's handled many things poorly in the recent past. And so people are saying, well, Kanye is going to get a lot of black votes because he is also black. Mm-hmm. But I think doesn't that just seem so insulting to other, African American people? Like, oh, you're black, so you'll probably vote for Kanye because you don't understand the concept of, what a president needs to be or the qualities, and and just because of his color you'll vote the way for Kanye. It just seems like such a dumb theory to think that many people would be swayed. Like, if anything, I think it would be any black Trump supporters would probably vote for Kanye.
But here's my question is, I don't know enough about the political system in America, but does Trump get an auto nomination as the candidate to be voted in? Otherwise, Kanye will be running against Trump. He'd have to go Democratic because you would think Republican, which Trump is, will be Donald Trump is the vote. So if you want to run for president, you need to run on the other side.
Well, I think it probably this person's idea is it doesn't matter. Like, people that's what they're saying.
So he's going to run as a Democrat.
Shallow voters.
So he's going to run as a Democrat for president and then go, you know what, I'm going to drop out and endorse the Republican candidate on the other side of the thing. That seems like a really backward way to do it.
I think he would still be a Republican. But see, the point is they're saying there would be people that are maybe black voters that are Democrats that would switch to Republican.
Right. But my point is, can he run for president if there's a Republican president, or does Trump automatically get elected for the second term run?
Yeah.
I know he can opt out of that, but if he doesn't, is he just automatically the nominee?
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
Otherwise, it's pointless for him to announce anything.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
That doesn't stop him, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean, because I'm the problem is I'm confusing the Australian political system with the American political system, but that possibility can't happen. Okay, yeah, that's true. You know what? I have no idea what this person's about. Maybe the person was from Australia.
There's been a couple of, I remember when I heard this, I was talking to Stacey and I said, it's like he's doing this so late. There's just there's no way that he could become the nominee. And then I stopped and went, well, actually,
yeah.
I'm not going to say anything out loud anymore because, I think American politics for the last 4 years have been pretty crazy. And then this year of all years, the fourth year of the crazy politics, where everything's gone to shit in the world anyway, don't count anything out. And the second is, he's married to Kim Kardashian. And I think that in any other marriage, Kim Kardashian, who's a reality star and whatnot, she's obviously used to some dramas in her life and whatnot, because that's what kind of plays on the TV show and whatnot. She would seem like the less stable, high maintenance one. But in her relationship, she is the one we that poor Kim.
Yeah,
she has to put up with this,
Yeah, exactly.
It's like she found the one person on earth that can make her seem non-dramatic.
Yeah, that's right. It makes sense though, right? Yeah.
Is it kind of like when there's the idea that sometimes a hot girl will have a not as hot friend to make them look hotter?
Right? Oh yeah.
Do you think that Kanye is her crazy lightning rod?
Yeah. What's Kanye's crazy lightning rod?
No, there's no crazier.
He is the rod. He's top of the chain there. No, I was just thinking then, can't he still be independent?
Oh yeah, maybe.
I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
He can be independent.
Again, we don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
I can just picture, and the majority of our listeners are American. Just all of our American listeners just hitting their head on a window as they listen to this.
No. They've turned it off,
obviously. They went to skip it, and then they realized we don't have time codes in our episode description. And they're it's easier to stop listening.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, don't write in.
If don't do that. Okay, here's my other question for you though.
Yeah.
If Kanye becomes president, what do you think could be some of the benefits of having a talented musician in the White House?
There's been a long tradition of the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Oh,
normally, you get a comedian, they come and they roast the media and whatever, and the president will take a couple of jabs at. I think the White House Correspondents' Dinner would become such a good party. So I think Kanye seems like a man that can throw a good party.
Yeah. But also, he did get up on stage and say why...
Wow, that would be great. Like,
what's her face shouldn't get... Who was it?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, shouldn't get it over Beyonce or something. Like, I'm sure he'd just get up there.
He also starts that famous speech by saying, all right, I'm going to let you finish. And then doesn't let her finish.
It's so...
But, see, that's another... I didn't even think of that benefit. Comedian roasting Kanye.
Yeah.
He's just going to stop it.
Yeah. You just get up there. Be like, no. All right? I'm going to let you finish, but first, what you're saying is not correct. I am not the right lightning rod of stupidity. I think that we would occasionally get some good raps. You know, when he's doing like a press conference.
Are you saying kind of like...
oh, there's been a devastating natural disaster. Let me rap about it.
So similar to like Trump's language of choice seems to be tweet.
Yeah.
He seems to just tweet out sometimes policy.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the new policy. And everyone goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll run that through Congress.
Yeah.
I bet you're saying because Kanye is such a talented musician and that seems to be the language that he speaks, maybe that's how he's going to do it. I'd be fine with that.
He'll drop an album. It's all policies.
But look in there, I've changed quite a lot of laws.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think, and you know what? The other thing is, if you put a good rhyme and beat behind a policy, I'm far more likely to listen to it and understand it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this could be a benefit.
It's like because what happens is you go to like a little government building, you put on the headphones and you're listening to it and you're nodding along, and then someone comes along and goes, by nodding, you've actually agreed to all the policies in the song.
Yeah.
And you've been stripped of many of your rights.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, good. Well, last question, Cambe. Kanye West for 2020. Kanye or Kanye?
Ooh, I think at this point, Kanye. Why
Kanye?
not? Why not?
I mean, I know we only briefly touched on it, but I'm really interested in his next album as president.
Watch me tempt fate. 2020 can't get any crazier, can it?
There we go.
Just hold on.
Tense.
No, okay, nothing happened. Okay.
Everybody tense. Okay, Gambo, let's move into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by... it was by Not an Ocelot. But it was cross-posted to us.
I'm suspicious that he is an ocelot.
You wouldn't say you're not an ocelot unless you definitely are.
Like if someone's name is not a murderer, you're like,
Yeah, we know though.
Yeah.
But it was originally cross-posted to us by It's Me, Christian.
Oh. I'm suspicious. You wouldn't claim your name is Christian.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. My thing is this is Cambo.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe there's just a lot of very literal people on Reddit. I've never realized this before.
So I've been accusing, but they say when you point one finger, you're actually pointing three back at you. That's what I've done just then.
Okay. I've never heard that before.
Haven't you?
Is that really a thing?
Then I made it up.
Okay. Well, it's not that good. Okay. What are some methods you can use to protect your lemon tree from the lemon stealing whores?
This is a deep cut.
Yeah.
This is a deep cut. It really divides a room between those that understand this and those that don't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, the lemon stealing whores and the lemon tree owners is how it divides the room.
Well, you know, it's the kind of thing like when if someone is to mention a porn star's name, and some people are like, oh yeah, and other people are like, who's that? And suddenly you're like, oh, okay, I can tell now who more frequently watches porn.
Yeah, okay, I see.
But this question, do you recognize this quote? Because this is famous from a porn movie.
Right. Well, no.
Yeah, so this is what I mean about it divides the room. So this is, it became kind of infamous on the internet maybe like a year or so ago. It kind of blew up, even though I think it's older than that, which is just the weirdest setup for a porn movie. And normally they're pretty paper thin anyway.
Yeah.
In which this couple admiring their lemon tree.
Yeah.
And they're very much in love. And they're saying, we love this lemon tree. It's the best lemon tree in the world.
Yep.
But I've heard that there are some lemon stealing whores around.
Yeah.
And they look at and they're looking into each other's eyes being like, baby, I love you so much and I love our lemon tree. But in the meantime, Nelson, what's your approach?
Oh, no.
But a lemon stealing whore.
He
starts trying to steal lemons from the tree.
Yeah.
And they say, there's a lemon stealing whore there.
Yeah.
And how would you imagine they discipline her, Nelson?
Well, there's only one way.
Only one way.
Yeah. Call the police.
Yeah. Obviously.
It's theft.
Okay. So that's the answer. I watched the movie. Yeah. They make the wrong mistake. They make a mistake. They should have called the proper authorities.
Right. What do they do instead of kangaroo?
They just have gratuitous sex with it. I'm not going to lie to you, Nelson. I don't want to sugarcoat it.
That is weird.
Yeah. To the point where I think that maybe they're all in on it. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
She consents very quickly.
Here's what I'm thinking is, look, to me, that seems like a benefit. So should I steal lemons?
But what you're saying is maybe if you're that guy with your lemon tree and you got your gal,
yep.
Maybe you want lemon stealing whores to come around because then you're just getting kind of steamy threesomes.
Oh, threesomes.
So maybe you shouldn't protect your lemon tree from lemon stealing whores.
Here's the problem. If I know anything, it's that you would get hairy, overweight men coming to steal the lemons.
Yeah.
Because they know what's up. They're like, oh, hey, maybe I could get into a threesome. So, you gotta watch out for that. I think the lemon tree is attracting the wrong people.
But on the flip side, if maybe you are a lonely person stealing lemons, your chance of a threesome, they'll probably go up tenfold.
Yeah. Give it a go.
Yeah. But also just shoot them.
Just shoot them. Or poison the lemons.
Then you can't enjoy the lemons.
Nah, have two trees.
Right, decoy tree.
Yeah. Decoy tree right at the front.
Yeah.
It has a lot of lemons, that tree. Because you're obviously not picking them for yourself. Put poison in them. Yeah.
Well, this is a pretty elegant solution, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But here's another one, Kemba.
Yep.
This is by Cap2134. 5. You get $5 million, but you have to make a statement with which 95% of the population agrees. What do you say?
Well, you just go onto the unpopular opinions subreddit and read any of the unpopular opinions people put there purely just to get people to upvote them.
Yeah.
Guys, I think pedophilia is wrong, and I don't care who knows it.
Yeah, that's
stuff
right.
like that.
What do you think about having to, if somebody cross-posts a post that the original person gets an upvote?
Yeah.
Just the really obvious ones that come up online that are just there to farm votes.
Yeah.
That's why it's good. Yeah, that's a good point. I think though that in general, and that's a difficult one to do.
To get 95% of people on board.
Of the population. For one, cultural differences. Very difficult.
Yep.
And then there's the Kanyes of the world that are throwing off the balance of logic.
Yeah.
You know?
So it needs to be something that is like base human more than like it needs to be like, I enjoy after a long day when I've become dirty cleaning.
Right.
Something like that like if not all of the world, I would say 95% of the world would be like, yeah, that is nice.
Yeah. The question you have to ask yourself is, are the people that have a dirty fetish?
But I
is
don't
there
think,
more than 5% of those people in the
I
world?
don't know if it would be more than 5%. But maybe that's just setting me up to look like a fool.
Yeah.
It comes with like 40% support my way. I'm like, wow.
Whoa.
Way more people than I thought
Yeah.
have a dirty fetish.
Yeah. Okay.
Got a bit Owen Wilson there for a second, didn't I? Wow.
Okay. Yeah. I think, going to caveman-esque style.
Yeah. Don't mind sleeping when I'm tired. Yeah,
there we go.
Because I think less than 5% would be like, I actually enjoy not sleeping when I'm tired. Thank you very much. It's a fetish.
Yeah, okay. what about then you have to get a statement that is only 5% of the world agrees with? Which, wait.
How do you alienate so many people?
Yeah. And it can't just be the opposite of the 95%. Like, oh, I don't like getting clean.
Yeah. It needs to be a statement, like a brand new statement.
Yeah.
We can't just rehash ones that we've got with the support for.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like, for example, I like sticking Lego up my butt. You know, it's got to be about 5% of people. You know? It seems like a bit bizarre. It's weird, but you know there's those people that exist.
If we're on Lego, you could just be like, kind of like it when I step on Lego.
Yeah.
And there might be some people that are like
into pain.
We're getting to fetishes a lot.
Yeah.
Really, all our percentages are made up of fetishes. It turns out.
Otherwise, it's higher than 5%. If it's not a fetish, more people are doing it. Okay. I think that's it. How about just I like anchovies. Do you reckon? You know, it's a pretty unpopular thing to eat.
Yeah, I wonder if culturally that will change around the world though. If you get to one country where they're very popular, you'd kind of gone, right?
Yeah, you're pretty buggered.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's some small countries out there. Just depends which one.
Yeah. Nice try, Iceland.
Yeah. Your population sucks.
Country's beautiful though. I'd very much like to do that.
Yeah. We've done it. We've got $5 million. It's one of those questions again where the idea of money seems irrelevant to the question.
Yeah.
Like you get $5 million. It's like what it should say is, hey, try to think of a statement with which 95% of the population agrees. It's like
it's not quite as annoying as the offering an amount of money so huge that obviously you'll do whatever the thing is.
Yeah,
like
$100
million, would you cut your finger off? Like, yes, of course.
Actually, can I be honest with you? I almost did for our first segment. Was something similar to that. And I'll just read you a couple.
Okay.
Just to see how sort of bad these get.
Oh, it's just a Reddit on Reddit bonus.
It's an extra little bonus, mate. You have to do all of the preceding actions to get the prize listed. Should I say what it's from? Okay, fine. This is by PK the Vogs. $2. You sneeze.
Yes.
$4.
I'll chime in when I would stop.
Okay. $4. You get a mosquito bite. So I'm thinking that means you get
bitten by a mosquito.
You get $6 because you sneeze. Oh, and then you get a mosquito bite.
So these are building on each other.
I think they're additive. Okay. You get a spider bite in brackets, non-venomous.
How much is that for?
$8. Sorry. $16. You stub your toe. $32, you piss your pants. $64, you get spanked really fucking hard. $128, you get stung by a wasp. $256, your girlfriend sees your browser history.
The numbers are so specific.
Yeah, no, it's just doubling it every time. $512, your mum sees your browser history. $1,024, you get your nipple pierced. $2,048, you get pepper sprayed.
These are all so fine.
Yeah, I know. So far, I'm doing all of these.
Yeah.
$4,096, you get tased. $8,192, you get kicked in the nuts as hard as possible without permanent damage. Which to me is not that hard.
Yeah.
Because I think it's easy to do permanent damage. $16,384. No more tacos for life. Well, it's pretty close, that one.
This is where we're approaching the edge.
We're getting to the territory. $32,768.
Because what's the worst about that is by that point you've been bitten by a spider, a wasp, kicked in the nuts, and then someone's like, "Give me that taco."
You could be.
And that's where you're like, "Oh no, I could have taken the rest of it."
I wanted to be comforted by tacos, and I can't do that anymore.
Can you still have an enchilada though?
Yeah. Okay, $32,768. Get jumped and beat up. Full recovery in 1 month.
1 month? You're out for quite a while.
You're out for quite a while. That's a pretty significant amount
money?
of damage. 32,768.
For sure I do that.
Yeah. This is a lot of money.
Yeah. If I could do like 2 or 3 of them, house deposit in a couple of months.
Yeah. $65,536. A wasp gets stuck inside of your ear canal. No permanent damage.
Dude, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's way less painful than getting jumped in hospital for a month.
Is it permanent though? Like it gets stuck there permanently. I mean, I don't know. It says no permanent damage. That's fine. Who cares?
I feel like they can get it out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's happened to me before. Like a fly's flying into my ear and I'm like, oh, and then it flies out.
Yeah. Gross. Do you know what happened to me once? It was super gross. Fly went up my nose, out my mouth.
How do you know it's the same fly? Could still get me
$131,072. Your significant other cheats on you. If you have no significant other, your best friend decides not to hang out with you anymore.
Ooh.
Camper, you're not worth $131,000.
So it's kind of like an indecent proposal.
Other. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it'd be fine, you know?
Yeah, it's just a one-off.
It's just one. You're doing it for the money. It's fine. $262,144. You become lactose intolerant. I'm already there, mate.
Yeah.
Not even a problem.
And I drink almond milk.
Yeah. $524,288. Your dick shrinks by 1 inch. So no dick.
Can we afford to lose a whole inch?
Yeah. I'll have an innie then, I think. $1,048,576. Your favorite sports star has a career-ending injury.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm so fine with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
If I get paid $1 million for someone else to get injured.
What the? That is. How are some of these comparable?
Nelson, just quick, how many are there?
There's a lot more. Let's get to one. Okay, I'm going to look at one that I think you will give up on.
Okay.
For 16 million. Oh my God, this is a lot. I'm just going to read you the one beforehand because it's quite funny.
Okay.
For $8 million, you permanently forget how to spell the word chasm. Yeah, okay. For $16,000, 16 million rather, you become addicted to crack.
But that doesn't mean you have to be addicted to crack forever.
Yeah, you could shake that.
Yeah. So if I said to you, I'm going to get addicted to crack, I'll give you $1 million if you take me to a rehab.
Yeah.
You'd do that for $1 million.
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, I'd do it for 3.
But the thing is, I could find someone that could do it for $1 million. Is my point. But I'm offering it to you first because we're friends.
I mean, we're not friends because of that other one that you had to do beforehand. Okay, that's pretty good.
Was it good?
No. Okay, this one.
Okay.
$2 billion.
I'll probably do it.
You become a paraplegic.
Oh, I should have spoken so early.
Oh, you've said you'd do it.
$2 billion.
I mean, okay, the 1 billion answer before that is everyone in the world simultaneously gets coronavirus. I could just live with the 1 billion, I think. I think I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I might draw the line at that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that went on for too long. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I take it all back. I take it all back. All right, let's get into Today I Advice. So now it's time for Today I Learned. What are you doing that? Today I Learned. And also sometimes advice. This advice, you know what? It's really more of a question, just in general. It was by Asobita Tai times 4. It's Pride Month, but when is Shame Month? I'm deeply ashamed of myself, and I need a month to express myself.
I feel like, Pride Month, obviously, to celebrate sexuality. And if you're a Christian, Shame Month is every other month if you have those feelings. That's why they have the 1 month just to be proud.
Yeah.
And then go back to having shame. Because your religion is like, no, that's not okay.
It'd be funny if, like the Catholic Church is like, all right, we'll give you this 1 month. Get it out of your system every year, all right? We've all got gay thoughts. You have 1 month.
I'd love in my lifetime to see the Pope say, look, we all have gay thoughts. I'd pay so much money.
I mean, we do that, don't we? You know, just
everyone.
a fleeting moment of like, Chris Hemsworth is attractive. You know?
But like, I think there's like people's definition of what a gay thought is must, like, for instance, Chris Hemsworth is attractive.
Not necessarily gay thought.
But some people would be like, that's a gay thought. Then other people are like, no, it's not. It's just an opinion.
You can be attractive. It's more like, would I say yes if Chris Hemsworth propositioned me for sex?
Yeah.
That's more, closer to a gay thought.
Yeah, if it's Chris Hemsworth is attractive, I would like to have homosexual sex with him. That's a gay thought.
Yes. He's an attractive man.
But that's all I want. I don't want much from the Pope.
Yeah.
I just want that sentence.
Okay.
Like in kind of like an exasperated way. Like I want him to sigh first, go, look, we all have gay thoughts. And that's how he starts his address. And then whatever the rest of the address is, I might be on board.
Yeah, okay. I feel like that would be such a win for the LGBT community. You know?
Yeah, it'd be even funnier, coming to think of it, if the rest of his address had nothing to do with that. If he's like, look, we all have gay thoughts. With that said, we're appointing this person the new minister of this church. Like, wait. What was the first thing? I was just saying it. Saying it. I thought it should be said.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, I'm a cool Pope.
Yeah, that's right.
You didn't realize, but this hat is backwards.
Yeah.
It's the same on the front and the back, so you can't tell, but it's a backwards hat.
Yeah. Well, there have been, controversies about Pope's decisions and stuff. One for religion, I can't remember. Oh, it's probably the same with like the Catholic Church, but for the Mormons, right? Wasn't it like, oh yeah, God changed his mind about black people?
Yeah.
And I'm only saying that because of the Book of Mormon, obviously, where they sing it in a song.
In like the 70s.
Yeah. But like, so it's funny to think that I feel like the Mormons really kind of made that more believable, because from the beginning, don't they have some person that communicates directly with God?
Yeah, Joseph Smith, yeah.
Yeah. But isn't it passed on or something?
Yeah. The head of the Mormon church speaks directly to God.
See, that makes more sense, because I don't think the Pope does, right?
No.
Like,
the Pope just vibes him the best.
Yeah.
Like, someone's like, what do you reckon God will feel about this? And he goes, nah. No, I don't reckon to do it.
Yeah. I think that's it. So it makes more sense for the Mormon church to be like, yeah, I just spoke to him. Yeah, he's cool.
God wanted to let everyone know, look, everyone has gay thoughts.
Everybody has gay thoughts. Yeah. That'd make sense. I feel like. What would you think you should be shameful for, Kembo? If there was a shame month.
What would I be ashamed of?
You have to shame yourself.
Yeah.
In some way.
It would be food related for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Because I just love some terrible food.
Yeah, okay.
And like, I'm not just talking about like bad for you, but also low quality.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't mind low quality food.
Yeah.
At all. In fact, sometimes I prefer it to the higher quality fancy versions of that thing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. How about this for an idea for Shame Month?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, for Pride Month, put up rainbow flags.
Yeah.
Supporting that. Shame Month, I think, you put around the house just mirrors. So you're constantly evaluating yourself.
Yeah, great.
So when you're on the couch and you're eating like chips and gravy and you shouldn't, you look in the mirror and you're like,
oh my God.
Not again.
I like this idea a lot.
Yeah.
Just constant mirrors everywhere.
Yeah.
I would hate that so much. Because when we used to live together, the elevator in your building, so many mirrors.
Yeah.
And it's not good in the morning. You get in that elevator in the morning. You've
Yeah.
just woken up. Maybe you're ducking down to the shops or something.
Yep.
And you catch yourself in that mirror.
Yeah.
And you're awake.
You
You're like, oh my God.
So ashamed of who I am.
Say that loud to the person in the elevator with you. And they're like, I understand.
Yeah. I'm going into the supermarket to melt cheese into a mug and eat it for breakfast. Such a shame. Okay. I am not ashamed of who I am at all, Gambo.
That's good. It's good to know.
I would just be fine that month. Here's a Today I Learned, probably. This is by K-City8. K-City8, I'm going to say. Or KS88. Today I learned in 2001, Stan Lee was given the opportunity to reimagine DC's Justice League, and he made Batman black, Wonder Woman Hispanic, and The Flash a teenage girl.
Yeah, I mean, Stan Lee has always been like king of diversity generally, which is why a couple of years ago there were some allegations against him, which actually ended up getting thrown out.
Right.
For no substantial evidence, which...
Because he died.
Yeah. Which would have broken... no, it was to do with, like, his daughter's a real kind of... I don't want to use the word dropkick.
Yeah.
But I have. So.
But if your father makes comic books for a living, I feel like one feeds into the other.
But like they had quite a falling out.
And, because he does comic books for a living.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, without the context of Stan Lee, just being anywhere in public and somebody asking you what your parent does, and you have to explain that they make comic books for a living? Okay.
Well, because
nobody appreciates
his
that.
name isn't Stan Lee. He changed it because when he was going to be publishing comic books, he didn't want his name on comic books.
Yeah.
Because at the
so
time,
embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. So he used to tell people he was a writer.
Yeah.
And he used to write under his full name and write comics under his pseudonym Stan Lee, which is just his name is Stanley.
Yeah.
So Stan Lee.
Right.
But he's always, like, to his credit, always been very, like, forward. In fact, he'd be called an SJW these days, for sure.
Yeah.
For instance, the whole concept of the X-Men was always about race. And race, like the idea that people are born a certain way and then they're persecuted for that even though they have no control over it. In fact, it's actually something they should be proud of.
Yeah.
But people at large, always been a metaphor for race. The movies turned into a metaphor for sexuality because the filmmaker that made them was gay. So he thought that was the message that he took from it.
Right, okay.
Also makes sense. But Stanley always wrote it as like a race thing.
Yeah.
Same with like Black Panther. Like a lot of the things that he did were like very progressive, especially for the time that he did them in.
I think I even remember one change, and I'm going to say it was him, but who knows, was that they started putting black characters just in the foreground or background
in Spider-Man.
of comic strips.
Yeah.
And I think that's like just amazing in and of itself that originally that wasn't even a concept. Like, you think it's crazy now because you're like, okay, if I'm going to put a crowd of people, I'm going to have whole different races because it just makes sense.
Just to make it not boring.
Yeah. Just, or more realistic of what would really happen in, the city that Spider-Man's swinging around in.
New York.
But it
that
obviously...
melting pot of different races.
Yeah. But obviously at some point in time, they were like, no. All white people.
Yeah, but also because it was to do with segregation at that time as well. Like a lot of schools were segregated and they were like specifically, no, we want Peter Parker to be out of school that isn't segregated.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that was him. I have heard that, but if it wasn't, he was most likely still the editor-in-chief, which he was for like many years.
Yeah.
So ultimately it came down to him being like, yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yep. It's pretty amazing. I do think it's amazing how, I think we've sort of spoken about this before, but how comics did shape a lot of opinion. Even like women with Wonder Woman was like a thing,
Well, in fact, just to go on a tangent of like comic books being for the greater good generally is there was a while that this thing came up. It was called the Comics Code Authority. In fact, there's a little sticker that you see on very old comic books. It says approved by the Comics Code Authority. And it was this one guy started it because he thought that comic books were against God and they were immoral and they were showing monsters and etc. And there were all these rules that you couldn't do in a comic.
Yeah.
You couldn't show vampires. You couldn't like for instance, Blade stopped hunting vampires during this period because he couldn't show them. You couldn't show war. You couldn't show all the stuff. And there was a Spider-Man comic. And essentially, if you didn't have that seal, it's like dead in the water.
Right.
Like no one would read it. It wouldn't get approved, etc.
Okay.
And there's this one Spider-Man comic in which Spider-Man helps someone overcome a drug problem.
Yep.
And the Comics Code Authority said you can't show drugs at all.
Yeah.
And Marvel pushed back and said, we think this is an important message.
Yeah.
He is showing that you can overcome things like this.
Yeah.
And the Comics Code Authority banned it, and they said, fuck it. And they published it without any authority whatsoever. And from that point on, people just stopped worrying about the Comics Code Authority because of one Spider-Man comic where they're like, we don't care about your approval.
Yeah.
We think this is an important story. And once that happened, the whole Comics Code Authority just went away.
Yeah. That is what you've just described is atheism.
Yeah.
I don't care what God thinks. I guess I'm not religious. I think that's how it happens. Yeah.
And I imagine people at the time must have been agnostic, being like, I don't not care what the Comics Code Authority thinks, but I do somewhat. I'm not sure what I think about them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so that's quite interesting, I thought. And I love the idea of, just these characters that you know for so long and just changing their, something sort of fundamental about them, like their gender or their race, and see how that makes a difference in different parts. Because I feel like it's really, it probably helps people understand different circumstances other than their own, is like when you take something that everybody knows and then you change, a few different fundamentals, and then I feel like you identify more with somebody that's different to you because of one reason or another. I reckon that's interesting. Before Batman, people used to hate bats. But you didn't know that one, Cambo.
I love bats.
Yeah, but you don't hate them, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect them.
Yeah. Look, Cambo, let's get into shower thoughts. Go do it.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Bismuth81. You aren't paid according to how hard you work. You are paid according to how hard you are to replace.
Oh, absolutely. Like the more I think both of us like move up any kind of corporate ladder or like job place ladder, the more you don't get more work.
Yeah.
You get more responsibility. Sure.
Yeah.
But you get like bigger things, but you have like less to do in them. You just kind of oversee them overall.
Because they're like, well, you've built up the experience of the things below you.
So you'll know what everyone else is doing.
Yeah. And so that's harder to replace because we need somebody that's had all those experiences previously. Yeah. And obviously more so like because we've just been in like sort of different types of like operational stuff like customer service and whatnot, but obviously it gets even to the point if you have a particular skills, which obviously we don't. But actually no, that's not true. I think you in particular have built up a lot of skills around like social media and marketing and those sort of things, and that definitely adds to your worth. And I reckon it's interesting when you are sort of going from job to job and working your way up, potentially the things that you do learn that you realize can contribute to you having more worth at the end of that position. Because I feel like sometimes you don't realize that it's happening, but your worth is actually increasing by, every day serving popcorn to people at a counter.
What we need is we both need to work for the same company, and for that company to say to us, we want to start a company podcast, but we don't want it to be that good.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, that is a niche we can fill.
Yeah. We are probably the best in the world at that.
We can do it every week for some reason, but the quality won't improve.
Yeah. We've got this soundboard that we have no idea how to use.
I've had people say, hey, I listened to your first episode and it's remarkably similar to like how your show is now.
Yeah.
And I don't actually think that's the compliment they think it is.
Yeah.
You want to be like, I listened to your first episode, man, you guys have grown so much. I
You've
can't
gotten so
believe
much
it's the
better."
same show.
Yeah, that's right. Nobody's starting out doing something wants to be compared to that early on. It's like an actor or something that you're like, wow, you're...
What's your first film? You were just as good as you are now.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, here's another one. This is by Umizumi, but it was cross-posted to us by Just Judging Reddit. Swordfish implies the existence of an even mightier gunfish.
Well, I look, I don't want to nitpick, but I think what is mightier than swordfish would be the penfish.
I was thinking the penfish. Yeah. But here's something you probably haven't considered. What if the swordfish stabbed the penfish?
But are you saying
Game over.
in a larger metaphor, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. But if you chop that pen with the sword,
Yeah.
game over.
But nobody's thought about that before in history. The pen is made of the sword. How about you just
I
kill
will
the
literally
person
stab you.
wielding the pen? I don't think you understand how this works.
And they'll go, no, it's a metaphor. And you're like, yeah, but I have a sword.
Yeah.
I'll chop you.
Okay, let's put
This is literal.
Let's put this metaphor to the test. You pick up a pen. Yeah. Do you reckon that the swordfish knows how cool it is? Because if you...
No. I reckon that's what's cool about it.
Yeah, it doesn't even know.
It doesn't even realize how cool it is.
Doesn't need anybody to tell it. Just is. Yeah.
Like the Fonz probably didn't know how cool he was. He was just cool.
He was cool. Yeah. It's because of the name. Definitely comes down to the name.
The Fonz.
Fonz?
Also, he hit that jukebox and it started playing.
Oh my God. What a great guy. What a cool guy that is. What if I called my son or daughter Gunfish? That'd be pretty cool.
And you would think they could take on any swordfish they ever meet.
It's a win-win.
Especially on dry land. That's a no contest.
Yeah.
So I could take on a shark on dry land, I reckon.
Yeah.
Context is important about taking on a shark. If I was in the ocean and I saw a shark, scared.
Yeah.
If I was in like your apartment building, opened your door and in the hallway it's like flopping around was a shark, I'd be scared. But I'm like, I reckon I could probably take this shark out far more efficiently here than I could in the ocean.
Okay.
With my gunfish.
How about this? Shallow water. You versus a shark.
Shallow. How shallow?
Comes up to your knees.
Because they can still bite my feet. I don't like it. I want them to be disadvantaged with the shallowness. Like comes up to like my ankles. Then they're still flopping, but they can go back out and get energized again.
They could get a run up.
Is that how sharks work? They swim backward?
Yeah. They swing backward. They get a run up.
Oh, I just need to stop it swimming, right? Don't people say that sharks always have to be moving or something? Is that just an urban legend?
I think that's an urban legend.
Yeah.
I think it's just the idea that they don't ever stop.
Yeah.
But probably if they did, it would maybe be
Tell you
fine.
what, shallow water, punch it in the nose, throw it onto dry land, then I'm back to my advantage.
Okay.
Because then I just avoid it for long enough.
Yeah. What if, here's the catch.
Yeah.
What if the shark has a pen?
Oh, I'll get a sword.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I just ran that over in my head a few times about how that would work.
You were running analysis, and every one of them came back positive.
Yeah.
That's why it was like, yeah.
Oh, but what if it was a ballpoint? No, yeah. Sword still wins.
Well, what are four colors? Oh, but a sword. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Fountain pen? No, that seems weaker.
Feather and quill? No.
Okay, here's another one. This is by the Sanity Inspector. Gone but not forgotten is a gravestone epitaph that usually becomes false after 3 or 4 generations. It's so true.
Yeah. Do you care if you're forgotten?
Not
I
really.
think after 3 or 4 generations, I'm fine with that.
My school had one of their slogans was "Leave your mark," and I always thought that
Graffiti.
was a good. Yeah. There was a lot of graffiti at our school. They would write the slogan just so the school knew that they had made a grave mistake. But I always thought that was a cool idea, like, leave your mark, like do something that's worthy, that people will remember you for. But now I'm like, I've reached 30, Camper, and I'm not doing that.
The thing is, right, if you want to be remembered, it's so hard to be remembered. Like you could do all these good deeds, and again, you'll be forgotten in a couple of generations' time.
Yep.
But if you're infamous, do you think the Hitlers will ever forget that their granddad or their great granddad or whatever was Hitler? No, that's shame. So what you want to shame? Like if they're like, oh, I remember Grandpa Nelson. Was he the one that kidnapped so many children? Yeah, him. We don't talk about him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they'll try and forget you, but the problem is they can't.
Yeah, you need to do something. Yeah, really horrible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think though, like if we go back, like you still eventually we get forgotten, Surely there's like ancient wars that have gone on. People have killed a lot of people.
Yeah, but you need to be like Genghis Khan level, don't you?
Yeah,
People remember him.
Yeah, that's right.
Because most of the population is like related to him or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's a good way to get people to remember you.
But there's probably a caveman that went around killing, and don't know him.
Not enough though.
No, don't know him. How about if this is how you do it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's one person right now that people will know indefinitely, and for a good reason. It's Siri.
Right.
Actually, it's the woman who did Siri, who I don't know the name of, which totally ruins my point. But
right.
her voice will still be around forever because it's pretty much perfect, right?
How long do you think that the Colonel will be the face of KFC? Surely in this culture of, shall we say, bringing past discretions up to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't idolize this person. The Colonel can't have long.
Cancel culture.
Yeah. The Colonel cannot have long. I mean, everyone's heard rumors that he was pretty racist.
Yeah, that's true. I'm surprised that it hasn't happened already.
I mean, imagine if we start something.
Oh my God, let's do it. We'll create a Today I Learned, and we'll reference this show right now. What we thought about. Today I learned the Colonel is really racist, and we should get rid of him.
As heard on the Red on Reddit podcast. Subscribe, leave 5 stars.
Just right then, yeah. But yeah, that's true. How about if you just created something really big? People like a big thing.
But name a big thing and you remember the person who created it.
It's about leaving something that people
right.
know.
So
if they wanted to, they could figure it out.
So like the idea of Stonehenge, say.
Yeah.
Even though they don't know who did it, someone's like, yeah, they still like it though.
They still know I did it.
Still keeping them guessing.
Yeah. It's still, I've still left my mark. My presence is on the world forever.
Well, dig a big hole.
Big hole.
People are like, where did this big hole come from?
Mariana Trench, though. It's been done.
Yeah, who did that?
That was that guy that did it. Okay, Cab, let's move on to podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped! Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another podcast, and we do it ourselves.
Yeah, this week it's my week. Now, we're testing something here, which is the podnapping this week is actually already been done.
Yes.
And I'm trying out a video podnapping.
Yeah.
Which means we're actually going to post the video on our subreddit and on our social and whatnot, and you can go and watch it we will play a snippet of it for you.
Yeah.
But the idea is you can watch the full extended thing because it's quite a visual thing. That way. If people like it, let us know. If they don't, also let us know, because then we'll never, ever do it again.
Yeah. But otherwise, you're guaranteeing that all your future podnapping segments will be in video format.
Exclusively.
Yeah, okay.
But there's an idea that I've had for a while, and I never really knew how to do it, because Stacey and I watch a lot of Queer Eye. And we like this idea of like taking someone and being like, let's remodel you or whatever, right? But never really known how to like do that in a podnapping.
Yep.
But then it came about, Nelson, that you got yourself a date.
Did I?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And just organically, I think I don't know whether it was Stacey or myself, but one of it said, I wonder what he'll wear, because we're trying to think like whatever you wear around here.
Yeah, because I'm always so fashionable.
And then I said, well, we should do the Queer Eye thing, right? We should take Nelson and we'll Queer Eye him for the date.
Yep.
So they don't have a podcast, but one of them probably has. I think Jonathan has a podcast. So
right, yeah.
Anyway, we're doing Queer Eye. Okay, so the idea was Nelson.
Oh, I thought I was going to play the clip.
No.
Okay.
No, that's just I've got my clip
intro.
lined up.
Sorry,
that's just the intro. We're in podnapping now.
Yeah. Okay.
So the idea was we went around to your house on the weekend, and we went through your entire wardrobe because I think you'll admit that you hang on to clothes for quite a while.
Here's the thing. I don't care about my fashion at all.
Yeah.
I have zero care. I feel like I understand fashion, right?
Yeah.
Like I can see something and be like, that's fashionable. That looks good. But I never have the desire to be like, I need to wear this to feel better about myself. So yeah, I have a lot of just old clothes.
Yes. So what we did is it turned into a little bit of Nelson's closet adventure, where we went through a lot of your clothing and determined whether or not something should actually be thrown out at this point.
Yeah.
And then just replaced.
Yeah.
And then later on we went and we took you to actually buy new clothes. That's a little more visual, so that's not in the clip, but that'll be in the video.
Okay.
But I'm going to play a short segment of us going through your wardrobe in your house and some of your reactions to the clothes that we were pulling out and whatnot. It's a couple minutes long, and then you'll be able to see the extended video version of this when we post it. We'll give it maybe 24 hours so people can listen to the show.
Yeah.
But this is a short clip. Obviously, context is important. We're going through Nelson's closet in this clip, but here it is. So we are about to go around to Nelson's house because Nelson has a date on the weekend. And we want to make sure, we love Nelson, but we want to make sure that what he's wearing isn't like 10 years old, because he tends to hold on to a lot of clothes. So we're going to go around to his house. We're going to find out kind of what he's planning on wearing, and then maybe go get him something a little bit better. How do you think he's going to react?
Negative. Because every time I see Nelson, I make some comment about some old piece of clothing that he's brought into my house. And he doesn't change, so I don't know why today is going to be any different. But I don't know, we'll see.
We suspect, we love you, but you're a man that likes to hold on to items of clothing. Some would argue past their prime.
I think I'm thrifty.
But I think the first step is we're going to need you to pull some of your stuff out of your wardrobe, and we just want to assess what your current clothing situation is.
Okay. Sure.
You sound like you have an objection.
Well, look, can I pull out the stuff that I wear? Because I've probably got lots of stuff in there that I don't wear.
Well, that's a sign, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, hold on to that. That one. I haven't worn that one.
Alright, question, when did you get these?
This was bought by my friend who I don't really talk to that much anymore. So many years ago. Same friend. It was a long time ago. I had friends that cared about me.
So okay, let's look at this t-shirt. Oh, that's an oldie.
That's an oldie.
This is, and I don't want to sound offensive, this is aggressively 2007.
Yeah.
So I feel like stuff like this, you can probably get rid of.
It's when I want to, speak with an older generation.
So do you have any, casual shirts that are, Because even these, like the material of these are kind of a bit dressy. Do you have like any like Oxford style shirts?
No.
And what about your jacket situation? This jacket here.
No, I don't wear that one.
This Fox jacket, when did you get this?
Yeah, when Fox was still around.
Okay.
But jacket, it's like, I've pretty much got just these ones over here. There's a classic leather jacket.
Yeah.
So they think that I might own a bicycle. This one, oh no, that one's shit.
What about t-shirts?
T-shirts. Yeah, I don't really wear t-shirts. Do you remember this style where they had the coloured pocket?
Yeah, you've got another one down here somewhere on the shirt.
Still got a few of those.
But see, like, how old is this? Because I feel like that's starting to fade everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's old. I mean, that's literally, like, I remember when that was a fashion.
What do you think of that one, Stacey?
I think I can actually see through that.
I mean, they're like yellow. They're not even white anymore.
The shoes.
Oh yeah.
You know my problem.
Yeah, check out these bad boys. These are Stacey's favorites. So the shoes they used to be white. There's no like fabric on the inside because it's all come out. It's tanned a little bit from from Ontakar, from tennis. It's just kind of like slowly, there's like no tread on the bottom.
So this is the thing that annoys me about being a woman, is that it is so easy for men to look good. Because all you need is a pair of pants that fit right and like a plain shirt. And
I've got those.
And I don't want to like
one of each of those.
I don't want to jinx the date, but also a nice pair of underwear would be great.
So there you go. So I suspect that'll be quite a tease because I think you hear our reactions to a lot of your clothes there.
Yeah.
I think that now people will want to be like, what are these clothes that they're that way?
Pretty fashionable.
Yeah.
Cambo, I think you'll find.
But yes, in the extended version, we take you out to the shops and we buy you a new outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if we
Lucky
said that
you
before.
did.
That was Stacey that was with us, by the way.
Yeah, I when it started, I was like, oh, I don't think you said necessarily that Stacey was with us, but yeah, pretty funny. Just my thoughts afterwards, after the date. You know, I did think, honestly, at the end, I was like, look, I could definitely go on a date and feel comfortable with what I'm wearing because I think that I have a lot of old clothes, but there was a couple of shirts. You probably cut it out, didn't you? Make me look worse. But, but there was
anything decent. That's not going to make the
yeah. But there was like a couple of shirts that I probably bought, maybe not this year, but I blame COVID for that. But like even late-ish last year that, was still in fashion, I'd say, and some semi-decent jeans, which is what I would have worn. But I did think afterwards, I was like, you know what? I was more comfortable in the clothes I was. Made it feel like I was more stylish, especially because she actually had very great style.
See, lucky. So that's the thing.
She was wearing, I think, I happened to notice, I think she had like a Prada watch.
Oh.
I was like, whoa, I'm lucky I've bloody got this fashion down. Now I have to spend heaps of money on new clothes to keep up this facade.
if you want to play the game and neg her, you need to buy fancier things than she's wearing.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, just Prada.
That's weird.
That's cool.
I've got double Prada. Is that a thing, Gambo?
But anyway, so you felt more confident. I'll say that's your queer-eyed.
I've been queer. I've been straight-eyed for the straight guy.
Yeah, I would say of any of the queer-eyed guys, I'm most like Karamo because I did so little.
Yeah.
Really, I just came around and talked to you for a while.
Yeah.
And then I left.
You didn't even renovate my apartment.
No.
You're pretty disappointed with that one.
Yeah.
I do like that they do that as a thing as well.
Well,
it's like, we're just going to chuck a ton of money into redoing your
That's
apartment.
why, like, I don't understand where, like, people that don't think that Bobby... Just quick side note on Queer Eye here.
Yeah.
People that don't think that Bobby is the best of all of them Because they're like, hey, we'll get this person. All right, Jonathan, you'll give him a haircut. Tan, you'll buy him a couple of shirts. Bobby, you renovate their entire house. Anthony, you teach them to cook. Karma, you fix a small problem for them.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, go back.
Yeah.
What do you say about renovating the entire house? Yeah.
We're going to need... That's a very important part, actually.
But we will spend more of this episode on the haircut.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to see the apartment first and then at the end.
Bobby won't
Nothing in between. Alrighty. But Cameron, now it's time for the AMA Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Yeah. If, for example, Zachary did just that.
Oh.
So, dear Nelson and Campo. And here's what I love about this show.
Yeah.
People aren't afraid to ask us the big questions.
Yeah.
So Zachary wants to know, how would a blind person know when to stop wiping? Thing is, when I wipe, I don't look.
Don't you?
No.
I look.
Like,
I feel like most people look. Do you not look?
well, I don't think I... Look, I probably do. Like,
Okay.
reflex, like, out of reflex.
Do you
but-
smell?
I've-
Wiping. Oh, yeah, there's still some there. Wait, okay, so how do you do it? You
Well,
just
no, but
by
what I'm
feel.
saying is I don't think I look like all the time. Yeah, I think if you wipe a certain amount of times, I think you can be pretty confident that,
Yeah.
Like I don't think visually is the only. I guess what I'm saying is I don't think visually is the only way to do it.
I mean,
I think you can get a sense with the wipe.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. I you're right. I don't look every wipe necessarily.
Yeah.
But I might do like a couple and then
And check the damage.
check like, okay, how much more do we got to go here? Because the problem is you can sometimes wipe quite a significant amount of times. And I would say even that you may not be able to feel the difference.
Yeah. So it's about checking your mirrors for blind spots.
Yeah. And I think that's the point in which I don't know what blind people do. This is what I think. They don't know.
But I think that it would be. Look, it's a confidence game. I think.
Yeah.
You would need to. I think texturally you can feel as you're wiping.
Yeah.
And when you stop feeling, you'd be like, I need to just have the confidence that I've got it all.
But I think sometimes you can do it, and it's like wiping a felt tip pen, Cambo. Okay? It's just there. You keep wiping and wiping, it's just there. You know? I
But
reckon.
then do you stop wiping?
Hey, you got to keep wiping.
Yeah, but that's the same. You would know that as a blind person.
No, but
saying
you
the
wouldn't. I'm
danger
saying
is-
you wouldn't know because you look, and you're like, oh my God, there's more there.
But you're not feeling it.
You're not feeling it the same way.
Right. Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, it happens. Like I'm not saying like every time I poo, I don't have a problem, but there's
What do you reckon
sometimes-
is a safe amount of wipes where you're like, it's like the nuclear option where you're like, that'll surely get it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you do 40 wipes.
You've definitely got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But would 20 wipes do it?
Yeah, that's the
I
question.
see, I see.
What is the minimum amount of
Yeah.
wipes to be confident that you're like, I think I've got everything?
Is it like 10 wipes? Like 10 wipes is a lot of wipes.
Yeah, but it's like
But maybe it's enough just for
yeah.
the
If you can't check,
yeah.
I feel pretty confident in 10.
But surely after a certain point, like that would hurt to wipe too much. You know?
You know what would hurt? Your reputation if you're going out there with shitty pants.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So wipe 10 times. That's what we're saying.
Postscriptum. Do you have a Discord channel? If you do, please give me the invite code. I would love to join. Keep up the okay work, Zachary. We do. It's actually pinned to the very top of our subreddit at the moment, our
Yes.
Discord channel. Along with a
free to get
secret
in.
link that you shouldn't click.
Yes. Yeah, not many people have commented on that, but feel free to
Yeah,
Go in there, check
I've
it
never
out.
checked it.
Yeah.
just that's how well it's monitored.
Yeah. I checked it,
You
but
go in
it's
there every
like
now and
not, I don't know. People could start doing that. Maybe we should do something more with that.
Nah.
If we were better at podcast.
Yeah.
We know our limits.
Well, we've got this equipment that's too good for us.
Yeah. Once we get that figured out.
Yeah.
Here is another one. It's by Hallie. Gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that I have officially caught up. I did take time off from podcasts while I was off work for 5 weeks, so that's why it took me so long. Anyways, on to the good stuff. Nelson, on Rambo Cambo versus the World, you read out my comment about Rambo Cambo versus Street Dogs, where the number of dogs in the pack increases every time you mention killing a dog. I was shocked that you forgot about the dog church you came up with to refresh your memory.
Just before you read on, I have no memory of this.
Yeah. To refresh your memory, you said that you wanted to start a church for dogs in which you poison the dogs, causing the owners to donate money to save them. I hate to take a close look at my life after hearing this, because low-key, I might pay for my dog's soul despite not being religious.
That's good to know.
Do you know what?
It's viable.
Sometimes I surprise myself. That's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea. I can make so much money. People put so much more money into their animals than they do their own well-being. Number 2, thank you to Hizim for saving me $20 and helping people in need during the pandemic, along with all the other listeners who have been doing their part. I appreciate you all and your efforts. Although I really wanted Michael, I have another podcast, Campbell, to win. Yes, that was in relation to all the middle names.
Yes. Our legally changing middle names. Which, obviously, I am now Michael Party Pies Campbell.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot what mine was.
Yeah, what was yours?
Nelson the Best, Allingham, I think. EyeAMA, for some unknown reason, you guys now have to turn your just over an hour podcast into a means of torture for the listeners.
Shouldn't be a problem.
You have to hold a conversation like you do now for the majority of the time, but we still have the ability to control the volume on our devices. How do you do this?
So, if I'm reading this correctly, we need to turn this podcast into a form of torture.
Yeah.
But the people still have the ability to turn us down.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I think we're like borderline already.
Yeah.
To be perfectly
I think what we need to do is just regular podcasts like this, but we need to work out if there's some kind of frequency. Undetectable seemingly to the human ear.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, you know what? What's the brown noise?
Yeah.
Just
that is that true? I always just thought it was a fake
let's
thing.
work on
South Park.
Let's work on the proviso that the brown noise, the noise that apparently if you hear will make you exit your bowels,
yes,
is real.
Okay.
Do we add it at random points throughout the podcast?
Yeah. Okay.
But then when people just stop listening.
Yeah.
But the point is,
they've been tortured.
But if they can turn the volume down, we need the content to be good, so it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Of listening.
Yeah.
So we need to actually improve the podcast, which I'm not about.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you. Well, actually, that's a good point, because there is a sound. Okay, maybe the brown noise doesn't exist, but there's that one that if you're like under the age of like 30 or 20 or something, you hear like a really high pitched sound. Because, but as you get older, because you don't like exercise that muscle that vibrates at that high frequency or something, then you lose the ability to hear it. So maybe the same sort of thing, we could put that in and at least get a lot of the younger listeners.
Yeah. That's not bad. Also, I'm thinking maybe we can just add sound effects in to make people think things have happened in their house. So like text message sound.
Oh my God, text message sound is the worst.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. I think about that all the time. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Even when sometimes it's not even the sound of like your phone. I'll be watching a TV show and there'll be like another digital sound that like could be a device that I own that I'm not sure of.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a plot point in the show or movie that the character doesn't check that device. Very annoying.
Yeah, unless they cut to a close-up of a phone and then it gets a text message and you're like, contextually, I get it. They showed the phone, then the message sound.
Yeah.
That person got a message.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen and I hear ding immediately, even though I have not had my phone off silent in like 5 years. I'm
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe just to cater, we'll do a couple of dings of like messages, but then we'll add some
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Just the vibration sound. Okay, I like it. Here's what else we could do. every now and again, just yell.
We could do that now.
No,
But
we
we
won't.
My dream there is when we said that is people quickly went to their dial ready just in case.
Yeah, that's right. Gotcha, idiots.
Or will we do it now? Nah.
Wait. Okay, yeah. But thank you for writing in, Hallie, and thank you for writing in, Zachary. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com. You can also reach us at Facebook, Twitter, and our subreddit. They're all READIT podcast.
Yep. I think we often ask people, hey, we'd love you to rate the show. We'd love you to leave us a review, 5 stars. But often we say, you can review whatever. So I'd say leave us a 5-star review, but in the review, tell us how many wipes you'd be comfortable with before you stop wiping if you couldn't look.
Yeah.
Is 10 wipes acceptable? Is it more? Is it less? Are you a rogue?
I'm starting to think that 10's far too much now.
But you want to be sure.
Yeah. But like maybe I could reduce it to 8 and still be sure.
This is what I want to know, but in a review form.
I'm going to have to do a lot of research. Also, for our 200th episode, I was going to mention this at the start of the show. I forgot. If we're asking people to send in voice recordings of them perhaps reading out a Reddit post.
Yep.
Or maybe just saying hello, giving us a bit of a message or whatnot.
Yeah. It can just be a general message, or it can be something that you want to use as a clip in the show, like an Ask Reddit or a Shower Thought, or whatever you want, really.
Yep. Or you could send in your own segment intro. Huh?
Yeah, we'll give that a go.
Sure.
We don't have one for AMA.
Yeah, that's true. You could be the permanent one after episode 200. So just send it through to us on any of the channels that I mentioned earlier.
Reddit podcast at Gmail, via social media, anywhere that you can attach and we can download.
Yeah.
It's golden.
Golden. Anyway, thanks for listening, and we will read you later.